In this video, I'm hiking the almighty Amarminoen, a well-known trail here in Copenhagen, arguably the most beautiful capital in the world, but I might be biased. I headed out just after a snowstorm, which is pretty rare at these latitudes, so the trail looked different, quieter and almost untouched. The name Amarminoen is inspired by El Camino in Spain, and without turning this into a Spanish lesson, camino simply means to walk. So, voy a caminar el Amarminoen. That's the plan. Sit back, relax, crack open a faxicondi or a beer. I don't judge, I'm just glad that you're here. Vamos. I am by no means a coffee expert yet, with an emphasis on yet, because I'll be starting in a new job soon, which I can tell you about later in the video. But I love making coffee and I am curious about the craft and exploring new ways of making coffee in a economic way, because I'm a student and don't have that much money to go out and buy a crazy expensive machine, and I'm that person, go big or go home. Either I buy the proper stuff or then I just stay with this Hario V60. Another subject, the weather is looking cloudy. I am also extremely curious to see how I cope with the cold, and I guess I'll equip myself with a minimum of 5 layers leaving the apartment in just a moment, because my plan is to eat this breakfast and then pack my stuff and get going to the metro. I am at the trailhead of the Amarminoen, which is marked by this giant rock somewhere in the background. Amarminoen is like A to B route, 27 kilometers in total. It starts through an area of Copenhagen called Amager, which is, in my opinion, one of the nicest green areas in Copenhagen. It's kind of like an oasis for me. Not the band. That park or a green area is connected to another massive beautiful area called the Kalvebodfjeldet. So the first many kilometers will be really nice, and whenever I do these hikes or have a run planned or scheduled, I have this joy of anticipation, and I'm looking forward to tap into that, if you can say that. I don't know if you can. Anyway, let's start walking and have a day off the grid. Just walking and observing nature doing its thing. sitting here at this shelter place eating lunch. I had 4 slices of rye bread with chicken and hummus and an energy drink on the side. Super delicious hiking food, you know. I'm really happy to be here on this hike. I have been walking 14 kilometers so far, which means that I am more or less halfway through. And if I hadn't brought these electronic hand warmers, there is no doubt that I would not be able to complete this hike because it's freaking cold. But I can keep up, or my hands, they can keep up with the freezing temperatures with these electronic hand warmers. So a good tip for you if you want to go hiking during the winter season. But I'm happy to be here, and yeah, I'm happy that I allowed myself this day off to reflect on life lately. That has been about transitioning back to what you would call the normal life. You can also call it the hamster wheel if you want to describe it in a negative way. I don't think it's a negative thing to have this normal or this structured life where you have, or I have, my study. I'm in my last semester of my bachelor in communication and IT at Copenhagen University, so I will be finishing that this summer. I'm excited about that. I also applied for a job which I got at Coffee Collective, which is this amazing coffee shop. They have several locations in Copenhagen, and I'll be starting at one of those soon, which I'm also excited about. I haven't received a paycheck since August, so I am really looking forward to start earning my own money again and not just depleting my savings account basically. And yeah, besides the school and the work that is coming up, then I also have social activities with friends and family, and I like to exercise around in the city. So in general, I love to have a structured life with straight square boxes, you could say. But a thing I like even more is to be spontaneous. But for me, as a pretty structured person, it is difficult to be spontaneous, but eventually when I do it, it just feels so amazing. It's an incredible feeling doing something a bit out of the ordinary, for example this hike today. But then it's also a time for me to mentally offload and put things into perspective. I can think about how I plan my everyday life, and that's also why I wanted to talk about what I'm doing at the moment in my everyday life, because my thoughts go in that direction when I'm hiking, but it's not that they are constantly thinking about the everyday life, because I would also admit that I have passages on this hike where I'm not thinking about anything at all. It's not even on clever thoughts, or it's just my head is completely empty, and yeah. Sometimes I have this feeling that we're all circus clowns, juggling the different things that make up our everyday lives. The more balls you add, the harder it gets to keep them in the air. And when one drops, you bend down to pick it up, only to realize another one is falling. Study, work, training, friends, family, and overall expectations. Life kinda teaches you to juggle it all at once, and for me, it's a constant balance, trying to keep everything in the air, trying to build what you'd call a normal life. And in my opinion, society's normative structures definitely rewards the ones who make it look easy, and frankly, I'm not even sure where I'm going with this. Maybe just that life can feel serious and tough as well. On cloudy days, I feel as if I'm a part of this relentless and collective grind where we're all pushing ourselves and each other to keep going in our everyday juggling. But life isn't only about getting through stuff. It's not just about waiting for the sun after those cloudy days. And this belief is what I keep telling myself. And on days or hikes like this one, walking out here just by myself, I'm not juggling with anything. I let the balls rest on the ground, and wow, that feels right to me.
But yeah, if you want to do the Amarminoen, remember to pack your day pack with lunch and so on, because you can't really purchase anything en route, and there are not that many washrooms either, so prepare for that as well. And other than that, just have a nice time. It's beautiful. You get through multiple types of terrain, and you see birds, and yeah, it's a really nice hike close to Copenhagen, and I can only recommend this one as well. And I actually think it was really beautiful, even though it was winter and you don't have any green colors on the trees and that. But everything is good. Everything is nice. Living la vida fría aquí en el invierno en Dinamarca. My mom, she made this beanie, and I think it's really cool that she can make hats like this, and it fits me pretty well, and it's a nice color. And yeah, I think we're almost done. I'm just looking for that same rock as you saw in the beginning of the hike. They have the same rock out here, so you can kind of choose if you want to start here or start at the Airbnb. So let's find that rock. Let's go. We did it. Let's go home and eat some popcorn.
It is a few hours later and I am back in my little beloved apartment. I'm watching the Winter Olympics men's half-pipe final, I think it is. I'm also drinking this beauty. I guess you know it. It's called Faxe Kondi, and it is without a doubt the best soda in the world. I also have some grapes, and yeah, that's my Friday evening here. I don't have anything more to say besides have a good one.